Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and hit the alert for all future videos. Today what I'm going to be doing is a plan with me for August 10th through August 16th. And what I'll be using today is my hourly planner that has been recoiled with the Daily Duo. And I'm really liking this system, this combination. In the past, I've done many different forms, but for my productivity, this one has really been working really well for me. And what else I'm going to be using are friction erasable pens. These are the gel pens, and they are a 0.7, and I've color coded them. So purple will be work, pink is personal, blue is Etsy shop, and green is budget, and brown is faith. And then of course I have an erasable one in black as well. I keep this part pretty minimal. I did lay down a few stickers that are from my shop. This one on pink paper for this week, next week, and this month. And then I did pull both walk and Bible study out of my stash as well to use on this. When I go to the daily part, I am using kit from an Etsy shop called Blush and Indigo. And the one I'm going to be using this month each week is called Valencia. And I have printed it to lay down. I normally lay this part down off camera because it takes me forever. I'm not good at laying down stickers, which is kind of funny. And then I'll come back on and then we'll finish up the rest of this together. So let's start with the hourly, and this is, if you have not seen a video that I've done before, this is kind of my hub. So everything gets laid into the hourly first, and from the hourly it goes on to the Daily Duo. And the way I like to look at this is kind of a time and action calendar or a block schedule. Everything is erasable because I know things change, so I can move things around. But in my ideal week, this is how my week will lay out. And I know that nothing is ever ideal, but if I at least feel like I'm starting my week with what I would like to get done, I do get more accomplished each week. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with Monday. And then what I do is I take these post-it notes and I kind of make myself notes of things I need to do. On the long one, I put in all my calls from my Outlook calendar, and then some other things I really need to get done this week. And then I'll add to this all week long. So this is what it looks like for today. And then all of these will make their way into here and then eventually into what day they're going to occur on the Daily Duo. So on Monday, and I was on vacation last week, so I know this week is going to be really tough because I need to catch up. So on Monday, I have one call at 9 o'clock that will go for 1 hour. On Tuesday, I have a training that starts at 10. And that is scheduled for 1 hour. At 11:30, I have market prep. At 12 o'clock, I have a net review. On Wednesday, no, on Thursday, wow, I ended up no calls on Wednesday, so that will be a great day to get some things done. On Wednesday, I have a call at 7:30. At 10 o'clock. At 11:30. And at 12:30. And Friday I don't have any calls. So we call it early release, which probably isn't right. They're called Summer Fridays, so we are done at 1:30. So I usually just put off and then draw a line. Okay. So that is what I know that I have calls so far. So things that need to accomplish this week. Weekly files, order forms, fall tools. I got a lot of this done last week before my vacation, but I still had some things that rolled over. September at a glance. So I'm going to go ahead and start plugging these things in. Let's start this over here. And then next week will be budgets. Order forms. And then this month so far I'm caught up, so we'll see what else goes on to that. And then personally what I need to do, I need to follow up on seminar. I need to call tile remover. So these were all on my list last week and never got done, even though I was on vacation. I don't know what I did. So I'm going to go ahead and plug these in when they need to occur so that I know they get done. So I think Wednesday is going to be a really good day for me to get some phone calls made because I won't be interrupted with calls. So I think we'll start, I'll start here. Okay, I'm in the process of taking some Skillshare classes for my Etsy shop. So some things I kind of wanted to learn to do. I know there's always an easier way to do things. So I took one today, which is Sunday. I'm going to plan another one for Tuesday. And I've already picked out which classes I want to take. Most of them are about an hour, hour and a half, and it does give you time to practice as well. I'm going to plug another one in for Thursday. So that does not make sense because dinner will interrupt this. So I'm going to plan them for 6 instead of 5. This is why it helps me to lay it out this way. And why I love erasable pens. Okay, on Wednesday I have HelloFresh coming because I forgot to order it. And then my daughter and I are doing a Bible study together but independently. I try to get mine done in the morning before I start my day. So I usually start my work day between 7 and 7:30 because the rest of my group is on Central or East Coast time. And then I try to end my day by 4. Sometimes that works, sometimes that does not work. I'm really enjoying it. It's like a daily reading, and then it gives you additional information to read. So by the end of the year, you've pretty much covered the entire Bible. And I like that we're doing it together because we can kind of talk about it. And then I've been trying to get in at least 4 walks during the week. So I know Monday is out because Monday's going to be an early start for me because I've been out. So we'll do Tuesday. Wednesday will be fine. It has been very warm in Arizona where I live, so you have to go out about 5:30 in the morning or you can't go. So Tuesday and Wednesday would be good. Thursday I have an early call, so Friday would work, and then Saturday and Sunday would work. And that would get me 5 walks this week, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that'd be better than I've done lately, so we'll keep that there. And then for on Sunday is church, and unfortunately church is still online. We have not regathered yet. As far as my Etsy shop, so the 2 Skillshare classes, and then as orders come in, I process them, but right now I'm caught up. I do need to work on new releases and new kits, so I'm going to put that for Friday. I did a lot of them this weekend, but I still need to do the listing and the photographs, which usually takes longer than everything else. And then on Saturday, right now we may go out of town. It's not finalized, so I'm not going to write it in yet until we get a little bit closer. And then for budgeting, I just did my weekly recap for last week, and then on Saturday will be my budget check-in. I will film a budget with me and cash stuffing. So I do it the 1st of the month, the 15th of the month, and then at the end of the month I do a recap on my budget and then stuff envelopes for the following month. So this will be the day that I film that. I do need to finish out, I have a haul video and after the haul to edit and upload. Already filmed. And then this will be a budget with me, video, edit, and upload. And then for meal prep, I've already gone to the grocery store, plus we have HelloFresh. So we'll be pretty good. We have things for breakfast all week, so I shouldn't have to go to the grocery store this week. I think we're good. I will need to, unfortunately, do laundry. I'm gonna get it done on Friday night. Actually, I'm gonna do it during the day. Laundry. And that way, if we decide to leave on Saturday, it'll already be done. My house was cleaned this weekend, so I will just need to change the sheets on Saturday. And wash towels. Now I had a lot of projects I wanted to do when I was on vacation, but none of them occurred. So I'm not even going to try to plan it into this week until I see how the week lays out. But for now, that is everything that I'm going to plug in. So from here, I go to the daily. I'll just go ahead and lay down Mondays. And this is the kit. This is her Daily Duo kit. Now, if you watched my video last week, I struggled because they did not format correctly. So when I originally bought her kit, her first kit that I bought, it was formatted for silhouette, but she did have the Cricut files. And when I printed them, they printed really large. And so then I reached out to Carla, who's the owner, and she gave me dimensions for the Daily Duo to fit for the Cricut. And those worked out perfectly. This is a newer kit, and I believe she fixed the dimensions. So the dimensions that I used, which were part of what she'd given me for the first kit that I purchased, did not fit this one. They printed very short. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. See how the Daily didn't cover the whole thing. The boxes were off, so everything was just a little bit too small when I used the old dimensions. So this time I printed them at the 6.7 by 9.25, which is the regular dimensions for Cricut, and they worked perfectly. So I don't know. So what I do on this is, these are my top 3 things that need to get done for the day. And go ahead and put in the date one. And what I like about the Daily Duo is this is more of kind of a journal for me during the day. So not only is it my work schedule, it's my personal schedule, it's if I get happy mail. I was putting gratitude in here, but now I have that in my wellness journal. So this kind of just lays out my day, and it's a great place for me to take notes on kind of what happened. What did we have for dinner? Did I have any phone calls with my family? Did something random happen? Anything like that, then I go ahead and write it in here. And that way when I sit down to do memory planning, everything is written in here. It's almost just like a daily snapshot. And that I've really enjoyed. So for my top 3 on Monday, be my weekly files, be the fall tools, and follow up. So I had started my to-do list. As things pop into my head, I go ahead and write them down, and I do that. It just helps me sleep better. So I know on Monday I am not going to try to walk because my day's going to already start early enough. So I am going to do the Bible study at 6:30. I'll start my work day here. I'm going to end my work day here. For dinner, we are having chicken and veggies. And then let me just make sure I wasn't planning to do anything else on Monday. Okay. Edit and upload all video. And then I'll start dinner kind of as I'm doing that. So that will be just like a very template of what Monday is going to be. And then as I get into the week, when I get to Tuesday is really more, will be filled in sometime during Monday. So I have my call written in first. And then on Tuesday, Monday night when I do my shutdown, I will look and see what did not get accomplished, both personally and professionally, what got added onto the schedule based on what happened on Monday, and then I'll fill in Tuesday. So what I like to do is fill in Tuesday as I close out my day on Monday. That way anything that didn't get done gets moved over, anything that has been added is written in. I know my top 3 when I first hit the office in the morning. And I do work from home. I've worked from home for almost 4 years. So this pandemic really hasn't changed what I do on a daily basis very much, because I've always already was working at home. I'm still working the same number of hours. So pretty much my flow of my work day hasn't changed a lot. And then on Tuesday, I know I do want to walk. I will go out at 5:30 though, so I'm just gonna put 5:30 walk, 6:30 Bible study. And I will start my day at 7:30. And then the rest will get filled in. So I hope that kind of gives you a snapshot of how I'm using the hourly plus the daily duo together. I am really liking this format. I am really liking having the two together, not have two different binders. Is it necessary to decorate the pages? Absolutely not. This functions very well on its own. What I am finding though, I like to decorate it, and because I'm printing them, it's not as costly as if I was buying a kit for every week. So I do like the printables, and since I have an Etsy shop anyways, printing them and, you know, formatting that is not an issue. So I think if I didn't have a shop, I probably wouldn't go to the time and the expense to decorate this. I want it to be more of a functional planner. And then as I go through the weeks, I'll go ahead and lay down the rest of the kit off camera and then fill it in as the week progresses. I did want to add though, I've been adding this little box here. And what I like about adding, this is removable matte paper. So what I like is that I kind of write down notes, something that pops into my head, or a quote that I like, or a song that I want to, you know, download, or anything like that, that just random thoughts that pop in my head. I put them here. And then if it gets filled up, then I move into here. But what I like, this is just kind of my note section of the day. So it does really help me when I sit down to do memory planning if I write these random thoughts that pop into my head here. Could be an idea for a sticker, it could be, you know, a gift that I think somebody would like, anything like that. It could be a note of, you know, call my mom, or I spoke to my mom and dad, or whatever it might be. So that is how I'm using the hourly plus the daily duo coiled together as my functional planning. So I hope you learned something. Please leave comments down below if you are using yours differently, if you found a great way to become more productive using either an hourly or weekly or horizontal or whatever system works for you. I love watching other videos to see how they plan, whether they're planning functionally or if it's more of a memory keeping, you know, however they find they get the most done. I mean, because really at the end of the day, that's why I started planning, was so that I could be more effective and efficient and sleep better at night, getting everything down on paper. Okay, I'm back. I laid everything down, and as I'm laying down the stickers, I'm remembering more things that I needed to do this week. So I have added on to the side part. I am tracking my water intake, as well as I want to do 4 no spend days this week, because I am really not being very strict on my budget, which is unlike me, but I don't know what my problem is. So I did add those 2 goals for the week. And another thing that I need to do this week is send back my computer. I did a trade-in for my iMac desktop, and I purchased a MacBook Pro. And I've received the MacBook Pro, I've received the box for the computer, I've already backed it up. I'm just having anxiety about actually unplugging it and putting it in the box. So it needs to be done this week though. So I am going to do that on Tuesday. I'm gonna make myself a note to pack up and send computer. I keep thinking, oh, I better do this before I send it back, and it's really, there's nothing on there that my new one can't handle. Everything else stayed the same. I did want to show you what this looks like now that it's all laid down. This was last week. So this starts with Monday. I've got the daily duo. I did add a box down here for meal prep or what we're having for dinner. My top 3 is done. My to-do list is done. And then I'll do Tuesday on Monday and so forth. So I have laid down the rest of this week with the stickers. And then on the weekend, they share a day. I did note that I'm off the weekend, which I always am. And then some notes for the week. It just, there's a little sticker there that says don't forget. And then meal and tracking of water. And for the kit itself, there are extra pages, and you can choose definitely to not print them all, because I still have a lot of stickers left on the kit. So I'm kind of working through different ways of laying them down, so eventually I'll probably just print out certain sheets. So that is my plan with me for the week of August 10th through really August 17th, because it's through Sundays, through August 17th, using my hourly and my daily duo and a kit from Blush and Indigo called Valencia. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great week.